Hello and welcome to FinTech Focus TV. My name's Ian Bailey and we're coming live today from the FinTech Connect event. I'm delighted to be joined by Ashlea Atigolo from INATIGO. Thank you for joining us, Ashlea.
Thank you for having me.
You're speaking today, so tomorrow I think, so we're very lucky to have you. But just give us a bit of background on yourself. Tell us who you are.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm Ashlea Atigolo, and I'm a co-founder of INATIGO. We are AI and research company.
Okay.
We specifically specialize in the area of finance, and we have a flagship product called Finley AI, which is a financial AI agent, and it comes in the form of an API.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what we actually offer. And my background, I come from wealth management.
Okay.
Moved from wealth management, working with St. James's Place.
Okay,
UK's largest wealth management firm, to then transitioning there to actually being a co-founder of my own wealth management firm.
Okay.
It was digitally led, and at the time had AI, so it was where I got my light bulb moment.
I was going to say, how did you go from wealth management into AI? Like, how's that?
Really because of being a co-founder of that wealth management firm.
Okay.
So that wealth management firm was one of the first to actually have AI on the front of it, as well as at the same time we were part of moving the actual industry forward with looking at onboarding digitally. So that was where I got the bug from.
Got it, okay.
So that was where I said, okay, I like this AI. I think it's going to be very transformative. What can we do more with it? And that's when I transitioned to becoming an AI developer.
Okay.
So I moved to becoming an AI developer in Google technology, and IBM technology, specifically Watson, and we started to create our financial AI system. At the time, pre-generative AI.
Okay, so when was that, what, 20?
So that was 2020.
Okay, yeah.
Prior to that, we had already started outside of doing our wealth management, a little bit of AI, really for research and looking at how conversational AI is working. So that was in the voice space.
Okay.
So we actually created a voice assistant at the time that could converse with users.
Wow.
It was integrated and deployed through Google Assistant at the time, so it was widely used. More in the US.
More familiar,
Yeah, because it was more familiar at the time. And so from our experience there, we very much the case of, we know that people want to interact, but what and how we're going to move this forward to actually give it to firms. So that's where the AI came from, coming from wealth management, knowing that this can be transformative. Let's move this now to firms.
Yeah, I understand. So you were an early person to see the power or understand what the potential of it could look like.
Yes.
So then, sort of present day now, where are you? What does INATIGO do?
Yeah. So, like I said, we specialize in AI, specifically generative AI.
Okay.
So what we have created is a financial AI agent.
Okay.
And we deliver that technology through an API.
Okay.
It's all about mitigating some of the areas that you hear about generative AI, being that it's not specific for finance.
Okay.
It's not being trained, it doesn't know, it's inaccurate, it has biases.
All things that are very bad within financial services. Yeah.
Exactly. And because of our wealth management background, we have that hat. We have the risk hat, the privacy hat, the client hat.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because we are now developers, we understand that working with generative AI, the problems are real.
Okay.
So we got introduced to generative AI in 2021.
Yeah.
And that was very early, so it's pre-ChatGPT.
Okay.
So from 2021, when we got our hands on our first API key, we were working with certain models, but they were not good.
Right.
So the areas and the issues that you still have now, they were worse. So before we could even think about actually using the generative AI in our tech stack at the time, and we were working with IBM and IBM Watson, we knew we had to overcome these issues with generative AI to use it in the finance. So from 2021, to, up until even now, present day, it doesn't stop, but we mitigated a lot of them first before we could even think about innovating, think about how can we use it.
Yeah.
And that's what led us to then finding the solutions. And it wasn't in the large language model. It was about actually connecting the large language model to really be specific in finance.
Yeah.
To really understand it, you have to be able to give it the data, give it the knowledge and the insights, so it understands what it's doing, and be a bit more domain specific. So once we had got past that and trained our model and fine-tuned and connected it, we started realizing we're using lots of technology here, but we didn't actually know what it was called. So fast forward, we're now being told, it's called an agent. And that is what we've built. We're seeing that firms coming and knocking on our door from 2023 after ChatGPT. How do you use this? What do we do? We've heard the problems with it.
I think if people are aware, like I say, with ChatGPT and the marketing that's gone around that, I think people are now, broadly speaking, aware of AI. Some can see the value and potential there. I think there's still a long way to go with it, I think, but also others may be a little bit more cautious, and certainly, as you say, within financial markets, things like precision and accuracy and privacy are all like super important factors. So I guess that is probably a good credit. Like, how, if a firm is out there saying, how do I start to harness this, how can I use it, what should they do?
Well, that's the thing, that's what we've been working on, because we've had it from 2021, so you imagine really it's not good, but we saw the potential, we saw the transformation just from our development. So we're talking about NLP, where at the time, if anyone knows IBM and Watson and building, you have to put every question and every answer in. So it's great because you know what's in that actual model. That
quite time consuming though, I would
very
suggest.
Very. So when we got introduced in 2021 to generative AI, although yes, it still had problems, we were very much a case of but it's can speed up our development. So all of a sudden, our development has gone from painstakingly slow to a quick, rapid way of actually building up our financial AI system to be smarter. But going back to what you said, those problems still exist if you're integrating generative AI. So what we've done is, because since 2021 we had to do it just to even create any solution with generative AI, we've now wrapped that up into an API. So we have had to look at, because of our wealth hat, all the risks, the privacy, so that it has guardrails, it has financial frameworks, it has the data that it needs. It's been trained on areas from asset management to wealth management, right up to mortgages and insurances, so covering a broad range. It needs to be expert enough that when it's answering the question, even if it's financial guidance, it will answer in a way an advisor would answer, but not take away and give advice. So it has to have those guardrails.
So you're not taking, there is still a human element. And I'm curious, because a lot of the things you're talking about there, and in one of the most regulated industries in the world, like how do you work with regulators, or how is that?
So in around 2019, we were invited to work with the FCA. So we were one of the first to work with the FCA with an AI voice guidance model. So back then, before everyone is talking about working with regulators, we had that opportunity. And so because of that, and because our background as wealth management, and my co-founder is a wealth manager, a financial advisor, and a mortgage advisor, all wrapped into one, we knew that when we got invited, even though it was something that was we had a lot of interest in the US, we knew this is going to need to be done. So we worked with them
for coming at it from the client side, effectively.
Because of our background. We knew it's going to be important. So we spent nearly 2 years working with the FCA on making sure that it could fit between giving advice, giving guidance. And anyone knows in advisory or wealth management space, that is a very gray area. So that, especially with AI, you have to get that right. It knows when not to give advice. It knows how not to give advice. So we spent so much time working on that is integrated as just a base model in our agent. Really where we are now is, you've got the large language model. We believe it's part of your tech stack. Moving forward, you're going to find more AI agents. It's about not just what the model is good at, which is generating text. Audio is very powerful.
Yeah.
But what can it do? So what I mean by that is, how can it automate processes? How can it increase productivity? What tasks? An AI agent is all about tasks.
Yeah.
It's going off and doing a task that a human would do, but how can it do it quickly and efficiently?
Yeah.
So really, that's where we're at now.
Yeah.
So our API can allow firms to speed up some of the processes. For instance, search, research.
Yeah.
That can take an analyst, or can take anyone in the work, a long time, going on Google, getting all the different pieces of information, articles, laying it up, writing it up, and that takes time. Now, with our API, you can do that specific task within minutes.
Wow.
And then from there, generate a report that can actually be looked at, and then, if needed, be sent on to whoever you need to give it to. And so that's just one capability. But we're really focusing on the capabilities, which is increasing the productivity, working on the workflows, and how to automate them within those areas.
Yeah. I mean, so I honestly believe we could talk about this all day, but you've got speaking to do.
Yeah.
Like, I think just to wrap up, I think that by the sound of things, you've made it very easy for people to connect and actually get to you. But how do they find you? Like what?
Yeah, the easiest way is LinkedIn.
Okay.
And just putting in my name, Ashlea, A-S-H-L-E, to confuse everyone with an A,
Ashlea,
not a Y.
yeah.
Ashlea and Atigolo. If you just, connect with me on LinkedIn, I'm more than happy to chat.
Yeah,
and
very
we can
good.
take it from there.
And the company name once more?
Company is INATIGO, and the product, the financial AI agent API, is called Finley AI.
Ashlea, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for watching. Thank you.
Thank you.